We create limitless opportunities that inspire students on their personal path to success. The Issaquah Schools Foundation drives resources district-wide to help students reach the promise of their potential. You can create opportunities to help students fully engage in learning.
Before math club, I didn't know what to do because it was going so fast. Because whenever there was a lesson that was really hard for me, felt like I couldn't accomplish it, and I feel way more confident doing math and more ready.
These are kids that are just not quite at grade level. We pull them aside just to focus in on what they most need help with. The beauty of that is, as I get to know them, I know exactly, okay, we need to work on this, now we need to work on this. If you can teach them strategies to work through something when it's hard instead of giving up, and they can build that confidence, it carries into all areas of their life.
Students learn and focus best when their basic needs are met. At its best, school is a place of community, belonging, and safety for students.
Middle school is a lot of classes and a lot of new schools coming together, and it's really fun to make new friends. Web leaders help out to make everyone feel welcome, and they also helped us, we walked around so we could see all our classes, so we weren't as worried on the first day that we wouldn't get lost, because this middle school is really big. One of our counselors, she's around a lot, I see her everywhere, in the halls and in the classrooms, and it made me feel good that the counselors are watching and noticing everything, and it makes me feel like I can go to her anytime because she's always there.
In order to show up every day and be the best versions of ourselves, and part of that is taking care of ourselves, but also having access to information and trainings that are vital to our interactions with students. So foundation-funded trainings like the Forefront Suicide Training and the Youth Mental Health First Aid Training are really helpful for staff, and they save lives. Being in the present moment with our students and really attuned to their needs and listening to learn rather than listening to fix or solve is essential in helping students feel like they can engage and participate. We don't have to be a specialist to engage in conversations and to identify risk, and then to connect students with resources and support. Because it's a proven fact. It only takes one positive, safe, trusting adult to make a huge difference and transform the mindsets of our youth.
Navigating school can be complicated. When students and families are fully informed, they can confidently participate in all aspects of learning.
Cultural Bridges obviously is a life-changing program for me because of my personal experience as a first-time immigrant. It helped us through the difficult time of fitting into the community as we are reading the different student interviews, resources, and community news about the Issaquah Schools District. It really helps me in different ways that I felt like I'm more welcomed and having a more sense of belonging in the community.
Educators bring innovation to life in our classrooms with the help of foundation-funded grants.
Well, here at Liberty, as far as non-ensemble music electives, until this year, the only thing we had was guitar. And so now they have a choice between guitar and piano. I've noticed that students I may not have seen otherwise in the school I see now. So now I think it's opened me up to a wider swath of students, which I really enjoy, getting to know more of the students.
Since a very young age, I've always wanted to actually learn how to play piano. And I never had the opportunity. When I was younger, we weren't super financially set. So having this course here at Liberty is like an amazing opportunity to actually learn something that I really wanted to.
Students require funding support from multiple sources: state and federal funding, local bonds and levies, individual school support, such as PTSA, ASB, and booster organizations. When common needs, gaps, and opportunities emerge across multiple schools, the foundation is uniquely positioned to help. When we work together, students can thrive. You are at the heart of the Issaquah Schools Foundation. When you invest with us, you invest in the success of every student and every school. When every student can fully engage with the learning opportunities in front of them, all students benefit.
When I'm successful in school, I feel excited.
I feel amazing.
I feel empowered.
I feel great. I feel confident.
When I'm successful in school, the sky's the limit.
Well, hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Molly Shen, and it is such a thrill to be in this full room of enthusiastic, passionate people here to support Issaquah Schools and the Issaquah Schools Foundation. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2023 Issaquah Schools Foundation Nourish Every Mind Student Showcase. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to be here with us today. Thank you to the Beaver Lake Jazz Band, who they've had to pack up and probably get back to school. They were fantastic though, welcoming us in and on such a gorgeous sunny day, kicking off our luncheon today with On the Sunny Side of the Street. This year we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Foundation's annual fundraiser. With a return here to Issaquah, it feels so great. Welcome back. It is wonderful to see all of you again. I've had so many conversations already this morning where the first thing everyone is saying is it's so good to be back here together in person. I hear some yays. Yeah, I'm with you. To celebrate this special milestone of 25 years, we welcome 55 student speakers, no, not all speakers, don't worry, exhibitors and performers today who will be showcasing how your support of the Issaquah Schools Foundation makes a difference. The Issaquah Schools Foundation serves 19,000 students in 27 schools within a 110 square mile boundary that includes the cities of Issaquah, Sammamish, Newcastle, Bellevue, Renton, and parts of unincorporated King County. We celebrate the diversity represented in the room, and we would like to take a moment to thank everyone who supports our students. So I'm going to call out some descriptions, and I ask that you stand and remain standing when you hear the statement that best describes you. And thank you for holding applause here until the end. First, all guests who are current or former Issaquah School District staff, please stand. All guests who are a local legislator or city official, please stand. All guests who are a Nourish Every Mind corporate sponsor or foundation program sponsor, please stand. All guests who are a current or former foundation board trustee or staff member, please stand. All guests who are a Nourish Every Mind table captain, please stand now. All guests who are members of a PTSA, please stand. I thought that would get the majority of the room. All guests who are a parent of a current or a former Issaquah student, please stand. And all guests who believe in creating limitless opportunities that inspire students on their personal path to success, please stand. And look around right now. You are the heart of the Issaquah Schools Foundation. And before you sit down, while you're still standing, if you could help us remember this moment, everybody turn around. We have a photographer in the back of the room, and we're just going to take a quick photo. All right, great. Thank you, everybody. You may be seated. Most of us can think back on a time when just a little bit of extra help made a big difference in a challenging moment. Please help me welcome our first speaker today, Meredith, who is here to share how support of the foundation has helped her build confidence in the classroom. Meredith.
Hi, my name is Meredith, and I'm a second grader at Newcastle Elementary School. When I'm at home, I like to read books and play with my dog. His name is Smokey. When I'm at school, one of my favorite things to do is math, but it wasn't always that way. I started kindergarten in 2020. It was the pandemic, so most of my first year of school was online. It was hard. I missed meeting new friends and had to sit in front of my laptop for a really long time. Sometimes it was hard to hear my teacher or see everything on the screen, which made it really easy to miss stuff. When I did miss something, it was even harder to ask questions or get one-on-one help. I felt so frustrated. When first grade started, I was so excited to go back to school. While there were lots of good things about being there in person, it was a little overwhelming. It turns out that there's a lot to remember in first grade. That was when I noticed that math started feeling hard. It just felt like it moved so fast and I couldn't keep up. It made me feel anxious and worried. I didn't look forward to math class. Each day, I'd come home and share all of my worries with my mom. I was worried about not finishing my assignments, not understanding what we were learning, and disappointing everyone. My mom tried to help, but if I couldn't clear up my worries, they would stack. Stacking my worries made me feel anxious and bad about myself, like I couldn't do anything right. Everything changed when math club started. In math club, I felt so much more comfortable because it moved at my pace. Since it was a smaller group of kids, I didn't feel embarrassed to ask questions. My teacher had plenty of time to help me when I didn't understand. Math club helped me feel proud and confident to go to school every day. Math club taught me that I can do hard things and overcome my struggles. Thank you for supporting the Issaquah Schools Foundation so they can provide academic support programs like Math Club. Because of you, kids like me no longer have to stack their worries. Thank you.
Meredith, thank you. I think everybody is encouraged to hear that resources provided by the Issaquah Schools Foundation help Meredith and her classmate unstack those worries. The Issaquah Schools Foundation believes in providing both academic support and enrichment opportunities. By supporting clubs and programs such as robotics, which you saw in a lot of the displays today, DECA, and fine arts programs such as band, orchestra, and choir, the foundation strives to provide increased accessibility to opportunities that spark connection to individual interests and future goals. Next up today are Oliver and Sonia, two Issaquah High School DECA students who will share how your support of the foundation builds essential skills for tomorrow's leaders.
Hello everyone, and thank you for inviting me to Nourish Every Mind. My name is Oliver Dorr, and I'm a junior at Issaquah High School. I'm a sales and marketing and economics student, and I've been a member of DECA for the last 2 years and counting. DECA, which stands for Distributive Education Clubs of America, is a nonprofit organization that works to prepare emerging leaders and entrepreneurs for college and business careers. We are fortunate enough to have DECA chapters at 3 of our Issaquah School District high schools. Being a member of DECA has not only taught me the details and concepts behind how businesses are run and operated, but has also offered me the opportunity to put my new knowledge to work. One experience that I've really enjoyed, working in the Issaquah Schools store. The store is structured like a real business, which means that there are contributing roles available in operations, customer service, logistics, management, sales, and accounting. Having options available means that all students have the opportunity to explore, practice, and improve their knowledge and skills in a real-world setting. I have to admit, it is so much fun working in the store. We all have an opportunity to be the boss and manage an area of the business that's a very social environment where we get to work side by side with friends who share the same aspirations. What I've discovered about myself is how much I like the action of selling and completing a deal. Being a member of DECA at Issaquah High School gives me so much satisfaction being able to grow as a person and as a student. Working at the store and participating in DECA has helped me realize that business is my thing, and when I go to college, I plan on either studying business or economics as my major. DECA also provides an opportunity to compete against other students in real-life areas of business. The DECA competitions provide an opportunity for me and other students to apply learned business material and principles to real-life scenarios, such as industries in sports management, hospitality, finance, and marketing. The task of creating and presenting business plans within a competitive space has strengthened my public speaking, personal confidence, and presentation skills. One of my favorite experiences was going to the state competition with my fellow DECA members this year. The camaraderie surrounding the event and competition really brought our community even tighter. Because of extra support from the Issaquah Schools Foundation, more students can fully participate and experience these opportunities that help us grow exponentially as business students and as individuals.
Hello, my name is Sonia Kejriwal, and I'm super excited to talk to you about my experience in DECA and all that I've learned from it. I'm a senior at Issaquah High School and a 4-year member of DECA. This year, I was the Issaquah DECA Club president, and last year, I was a part of our executive board as the director of outreach. While DECA is a business club, I'm a strong believer that it's applicable to all fields of interest. I'm a clear example of this. Next year, I'll be studying bioengineering with a minor in entrepreneurship at the University of Pennsylvania. And I know that all of the business and leadership skills I've gained from DECA will help me excel in college as well. Since joining DECA as a freshman, I knew that I wanted to have a big role in the club. I've experienced the joy of getting called up on stage at state, and I knew that I wanted to help as many students in our club experience this as possible. As an underclassmen club member, I looked up to the club's executive board and learned so much from them about how to excel in competition. I knew that once I had more experience, I would want to help others in the same way, so I sought out as many leadership positions in the club as possible. As DECA president, I work on all aspects of the club, from helping run practice competitions to planning on outreach events to middle schoolers. The public speaking skills I've developed in DECA have given me the confidence to speak in front of as many as 100 of our peers, which is essential as a leader of such a large club. As president, I have been able to edit students' competition papers, judge practice role plays and presentations, and give tips over what I've learned as a 4-year DECA member. In addition to just competition, I have been able to help students with their applications to colleges, internships, and other leadership positions. The leadership and teaching skills I've learned in DECA have been invaluable, and I know that they'll be very applicable to my life in college. I hope to join business clubs in college and hopefully take on other leadership roles where I can continue to grow. Just yesterday, I got back from Orlando, Florida, where I competed at the International Career Development Conference, ICDC, in my individual role play for entrepreneurship. It was an incredible experience. I especially enjoyed meeting people from around the world, from Ontario to Spain. Thanks to your support of the Issaquah Schools Foundation, we were able to take 54 students from Issaquah to ICDC, the biggest in our club history. I'm incredibly thankful to the Issaquah Schools Foundation for their support of the Issaquah DECA Club. Their generosity will continue for many more students to compete at our career development conferences, helping build the next generation of leaders. Thank you.
Oliver and Sonia, thank you so much. We'd like to take a moment now to thank a very special group of individuals who have helped make this event possible today. As you look around, I know you'll see the banners that are hanging up above us here. And I hope that you'll take a look at those and join me in thanking our Nourish Every Mind corporate sponsors. They're displayed on those surrounding banners. And their support underwrites the entire cost of this event. So every penny of your dollar today goes directly to supporting students. I'd like to invite Valerie Korok, the Business Development Manager of the Issaquah Schools Foundation, to come to the stage and help me acknowledge our Golden Apple sponsors now. First, Cornerstone General Contractors is 100% committed to supporting K-12 education in the Puget Sound region with integrity, excellence, and stewardship. Over the past 14 years, their teams have helped to build and renovate over 12 Issaquah School District schools to create innovative, beautiful, and safe learning environments for our students. Accepting this Golden Apple Award today is Vice President Brian Gormley. Microsoft is committed to equitable access to education and developing safe and inclusive learning and technology solutions designed to help everyone reach their highest potential in school and beyond. Microsoft and its employees have been long-standing partners of the Issaquah Schools Foundation. Accepting this Golden Apple Award today is Senior Program Manager for Microsoft Philanthropies, Jolenta Coleman-Bush. Shelter Holdings is a family-owned company that has been building in Issaquah in the Pacific Northwest for over 25 years now. Shelter currently owns 21 acres of land in the Issaquah Highlands. The Shelter Holdings team is dedicated to strengthening our community. Through personal involvement and contributions to support important community organizations like the Issaquah Schools Foundation, Shelter strives to build a better Pacific Northwest for all to enjoy. Accepting this Golden Apple Award today is in-house counsel and development team associate Tia Heim. Thank you, everyone, and please join me again in one last round of applause for each of our Nourish Every Mind Golden Apple sponsors. Strong communities are vital to promoting social connection and a sense of belonging. By learning from each other as a collective, individuals can thrive. Our next speaker, Echo, is here to share how the Issaquah Schools Foundation helped her build a bridge to new opportunities in a new home through community connection and engagement. Please welcome Echo.
Hello, everyone. My name is He Qiao Chu, but you can call me Echo. I am a junior at Skyline High School. I moved here with my family from China in February 2021 during the pandemic. I started school online in a new country without knowing much English. Building a new home and starting a new life, it was really a challenge. Luckily, Ms. Wen Li, one of the Issaquah School District's family liaison, introduced me to some resources to help me navigate my new school. One of the things she gave me was a copy of Issaquah Schools Foundation's Cultural Bridges magazine, printed in Chinese. Because it is printed in Chinese, both my parents and I found no barriers in reading it. And it was wonderful to learn about my new community, school, and school districts. Cultural Bridges magazine helped connect my family to a variety of resources, important events, and really helps us understand the American education system. I soon learned that Culture Bridges was so much more than a magazine. Through outreach and events, Culture Bridges is a program that helps building relationships between families from diverse cultures, the Issaquah Schools District, and the community. One of their events was the summer reading program. Despite the insecurities about my ability to teach kids English, because I was an ELL student myself, I volunteered to help read books to the young children attending this program. This was the first time I had ever volunteered, so I was really nervous. But my confidence grew each day, and I found my passion in teaching these kids English. As I settled into school, the Issaquah Schools Foundation continued to help me grow as a student and reach my goals. In my sophomore year, I wanted to challenge myself academically by taking honors English and literature and history. As an ELL student who just moved here for less than a year, I soon found myself struggling. A foundation academic support grant helped me access a private tutor to help me overcome the language barriers, and ultimately, I succeed in these classes. As a plan for my future, the Issaquah Schools Foundation continued to help me to overcome the obstacles and opens the doors to opportunities, and helps me finding my role and responsibility in my community. Inspired by my experiences, I found a new club at Skyline this year. It's called the Newcomers Empowerment Society, a group that is dedicated to help and support the first-gen students and newcomers to the community so that everyone feels welcomed and can find their sense of belonging. I'm honored to be named this year's Student Impact Scholarship winner and look forward to apply this scholarship towards studying business at this four-year university. My goal is to follow in the steps of my parents and ultimately join them in pursuing a career in law. Education has the power to change lives. 2 years and 2 months ago, I arrived here without knowing much English or understand how to navigate my new school. Today, I feel a part of the community, engaged in my plans to the future, and empowered to help others. Thank you so much, Issaquah Schools Foundation, to build a bridge to opportunity for me.
Echo, thank you, and congratulations on your scholarship as well. Well, many things have changed since most of us were in school. The importance of having strong communication skills, respect for others, and kindness remain vital in building healthy relationships and self-esteem. Sydney, Chloe, and Tyson are here now to share how your support provides an innovative way of introducing character development to our district's youngest students. Please welcome them.
Good afternoon. My name is Sydney Hall, and I am the school counselor at Apollo Elementary School. I'm grateful to be here today with Chloe, a 5th grader, and Tyson, a 4th grader, to share more about how your support of the Issaquah Schools Foundation is helping to build a kind and supportive community for all of our Apollo Rockets. One of my roles as a school counselor is to support the social-emotional learning of all Apollo students. Last year, as a first-year counselor, I saw a gap in our school's social-emotional learning. Although students were being taught social-emotional skills and strategies to navigate problem-solving, friendships, and other imperative life skills, I wondered how we could start to support our students in strengthening their character muscles and fuel a sense of connection in our building. In a time where we heavily focus on academics, achievements, and skills, I wondered how we can change the culture from always learning what to do to teaching our kids how to be. These questions inspired me to apply for a grant from the Issaquah Schools Foundation for the character development curriculum, Purposeful People by Character Strong. While social emotional learning curriculum teaches students the skills to navigate different situations, character development curriculum focuses on developing the individual traits that support these skills. Purposeful People brings the two of these together to support the development of the whole child through three main outcomes: be kind, be well, be strong. These outcomes are supported by the learning of 9 character traits: cooperation, empathy, gratitude, respect, responsibility, courage, honesty, perseverance, and creativity.
Hello, my name is Tyson Fernandez, and I am a 4th grader at Apollo Elementary. I have done Purposeful People lessons with my school counselor, Miss Hall, all year. During Purposeful People lessons, Miss Hall does lots of fun activities with my 4th grade class. For each of these outcomes, there are 3 supporting characters. We read books, play games, and talk about whatever trait our school is focusing on for the month. One of my favorite lessons was the one on courage. In that lesson, we read a book called The Day You Begin. I like this book because it's about how it's okay to be different from other people. The book is titled The Day You Begin because it's about the day you begin to start opening up and sharing yourself with other people. Another lesson I remember well was when we all drew one thing we were worried about on a sheet of paper. Mine was about being nervous for my recorder testing in front of the music teacher. After that, my paper was passed on to 3 other classmates. On the side of my picture, my classmates responded to my work. We could write whatever we wanted to. Some kids wrote encouraging notes, while others shared other things. The activity was for the honesty character trait. It taught us how to be honest with others about how we are feeling.
Hi, my name is Chloe, and I am in 5th grade at Apollo Elementary. Purposeful People has taught me that everyone can make the world a better place by learning these traits that grow our character. During Purposeful People lessons, my classmates and I get to learn and relate to each other. Me and my classmates are really active in learning about these traits. And one time when we were learning about cooperation, we had to create a skit and got to unleash our creativity. My favorite character trait is honesty, since it plays a really important role in life. It's important since it can build healthy and trustful relationships, and you can trust yourself and be you. It has helped me boost my confidence about being me.
One game we've played both in Miss Hall's room and in my classroom is Powerline. In this game, it shows a question. If you like it, you go on one side of the room, and if you don't like it, you go on the other side of the room. For example, one question I remember is, do you like video games or not? It's fun to see where different people decide to go. The purpose of the game is to find out more about your classmates and find out things you have in common or don't have in common with other people. It's okay to be on the side of the room with no one else. I've learned things about the kids in my class that I didn't know before. To recognize kids who are doing well with these traits, our school gives out Purposeful People Awards. Teachers nominate 2 to 3 students each month to get these special awards. I have gotten the Respect Award, and my little brother has received the Honesty Award. When kids get these awards, they feel good about themselves. I think learning these character traits has helped our school because when someone mentions one of these traits, everybody knows what it means really well. That's good because people know how to act and be a good person to everybody. I think the most important traits are courage and respect. You need both of these traits because they tie in with a lot of other traits. For example, you need respect from others in order to show courage, and you need courage to be honest at times.
As you can see, Purposeful People with Miss Hall has been amazing. I love the books, the games, and the lessons.
Learning these character traits has helped us students learn on how we can grow and build our good habits so we can use them in the future. I've noticed that my friends and I often work together to remind each other about these character traits throughout the month, which is encouraging. Because of this program, it feels like talking about emotions is a little easier. On a bonus note, it has helped me and my brother connect. We both got the Empathy Certificate Award. I think understanding empathy better has helped us improve our relationship, and we definitely argue less. I think by learning these traits, we can make a really big impact on the world. Purposeful People has taught me that good habits grow character.
As you can see, your support of the Issaquah Schools Foundation empowers us to teach new concepts in an innovative and engaging manner with tools that are easily accessible for both educators and students. Not only that, but I learned so much from my students on how I can strengthen my own character muscles. When I'm able to engage students in rich conversation about their character and their relationships with others, beautiful moments present themselves in the form of laughter, connection, and real authentic talk. It has truly become the part of my day I look forward to most, and it's all because of amazing students like Tyson and Chloe. Because of this grant and the success of our first year, Apollo Elementary has already committed to renew our license for Purposeful People next year. This will continue to provide lessons and digital resources for all teachers so they can customize how they integrate the teaching of character traits in their classroom community. Your support helps build a common language for Apollo students to describe their emotions, approach friendships successfully, and strengthen their character. In doing so, this creates a space for us to celebrate who they are as individuals and create a more connected and supportive school culture. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Trisha Marshall, and I am the board president of the Issaquah Schools Foundation. Thank you. Our vision at ISF is a simple but ambitious one: to create limitless opportunities that inspire students on their personal paths to success. For over 35 years, we've leaned into that vision, moving with flexibility and purpose to address changing student needs and to fund programs not possible with state and federal dollars alone. But I will admit that there have been times in the last few years where achieving that vision has felt particularly daunting. I'm optimistic, however, because today, as I listen to the stories these amazing students have told us, as I see foundation dollars in action in our showcase, and as I look at this room of over 500 people, I can't feel anything but optimistic. I'm optimistic because I see how a community of individuals focused on a shared vision can come together to directly impact the success of our students. I'm also optimistic when I think of the future that's possible with your support of our vision. I imagine a future where we can expand academic support programs so that every student who needs help can get it, and so that that help can come sooner in the school year, so even more progress is possible. I see a future where students and teachers can access tools like gizmos, Learning Ally, and more, tools that are essential for creating robust engagement with our curriculum. And Imagine a future where every single ISD teacher and staff member is able to access training like youth mental health first aid, so they have the confidence and the tools they need to engage and connect with students before mental and behavioral challenges become a crisis. A future in which we foster connection and community amongst not just our staff, but also our parents as we work together to support our students' well-being. I see a future where we have even more funding to give to programs that create a full and enriching school experience. Things like robotics and STEM clubs, but also programs that might give us our next master chef or baker or entrepreneur, and arts programs so that every student has a space to express themselves. Here today, I am optimistic that that future is possible and near. And I hope you share my optimism and that you feel the power of possibility that sits in this room today. I hope you also feel how an investment in the Issaquah Schools Foundation is an investment in Meredith, in Chloe, in Tyson, in Echo, in Oliver, in Sonia, and in every student in our district. Because when a student is able to get the academic support he needs, when he gets to experience the joy of performing in the orchestra or the band, or to participate in a club that sparks a passion, then the path to success becomes clearer. And it's true that not every student will have a personal experience with the foundation program, but it's also true that when the path to success becomes clear for one student, the possibilities for all become limitless. So I hope you feel the power that you have to join us to create even more bright futures. And I thank you for being here today with us, for being a part of our vision, and for coming together to fuel student success. Thank you.
Tricia, thank you, and thank you for the work that you do and all the members of the board. Students' needs may change over time, but the commitment from the Issaquah Schools Foundation remains the same as it strives to continue to create limitless opportunities that inspire students on their personal paths to success. Our last speaker today, Janine, is here to show us how support from the Issaquah Schools Foundation impacts students long after their time in the classroom and has the amazing ability to inspire one to pay it forward. Please welcome Janine.
So, hi. As Molly said, my name is Janine Fong. I graduated from Issaquah High School in 2019. It has been an honor to be here today to listen to all the inspiring stories from students around our district. After all, it hasn't been that long since I was in high school playing flute with the marching band and going to competitions with the robotics team. Many of my favorite high school memories come from those band performances and those robotics competitions. They were not only creative outlets for me, but they also fostered a sense of community, and they gave me opportunities to develop really important skills for my future. So, through those groups, I became able to understand the impact that the Issaquah Schools Foundation has on the students in our district. For example, when you picture a marching band, you probably picture those flashy uniforms, those really nice jackets and the fancy hats, and they are very expensive. So it's not uncommon for a band program to have more students than uniforms. Funding from the Issaquah School Foundation helped us to reduce the stress of not having enough uniforms. It gave us a community to feel included in, and we were proud to be part of that band. When I joined the robotics team, I had no idea how much I would love it and how much it would impact me for years after graduating. For some context, that team builds 2 robots every year. They're specialized for the game, 1 for practice and 1 for competition. The funding from the Issaquah Schools Foundation allowed us to buy the new parts that we needed every year, because those parts are also not cheap. By the end of the season, my teammates and I had a robot that we were proud of. We had a robot that won competitions and earned awards at a world championship level. But robotics was more than a robot. At competition, I was part of an efficient team with fast-paced problem solving. I learned to be gracious and professional with people that I was competing against. And probably most importantly, robotics built my communication and interpersonal skills. My freshman high school self would be terrified to stand up here in front of all of you. Still a little terrified, but it's okay. It gave me the confidence to enter college, to engage with my peers and take on new opportunities, even with the curveball that was the pandemic. I will always be grateful for that. So, in March, I graduated from Western Washington University with my bachelor's in environmental science. Thank you very much. Given my topics that I just talked about, it may be a surprise that I didn't go into arts or the engineering field, but that shouldn't be a surprise. My extracurriculars had a lot more to teach me than playing a flute or building a drivetrain. The skills and qualities and values that I took from those extracurriculars were useful no matter what field I went into. In fact, I'm so inspired by my time on the robotics team that I plan to return to Issaquah High School as a mentor for that team. Nice. I don't know what that was, but thank you. So, this is what I would like to ask each of you in the room today. Consider the power of your gift and the impact that you can make in our community. The support that you provide today extends far beyond this day and this year. Your gift has the ability to inspire the next generation, like me, to pay it forward and to give it back to our community. So, please give generously, and thank you for providing opportunities that inspire students on their path to personal success.
Janine, thank you so much. Thanks for the inspiring message. Those of you who have been here for multiple years before the pandemic shut us down for a little bit have heard me tell some stories about my own kids, so it's sort of odd for me and a little bit bittersweet to be standing up here with you today without having a child in the Issaquah School District, because both of mine, like Janine, have graduated and moved on. I just, right before the program began, got a text from my son that said, "Done with class." So he just had his last class of his freshman year at Arizona State University. He's got a couple finals to go, but he's home on Tuesday, and I can't wait to have him back for the summer. My daughter graduated from Liberty High School in 2018, and so she just finished college last spring and is an actual working adult now, who is somehow still a little bit on my payroll to cover her rent, but you know, you get there. So those of you who are parents of the littler kids, as I'm sure you already know, it just goes by in a flash. But you do get to this other side, and you're able to look back on your time in the Issaquah School District with so much fondness and gratitude for what the teachers, the staff, and their friends and fellow students did to help support them through. I'm just so pleased to be able to still be here and support the Issaquah Schools Foundation. One other quick personal note I have to say, more from my professional job as a journalist. The video that was playing at the beginning before the program began, and it was showing the puzzle pieces of where funding comes from for schools. We have been doing so many stories right now on huge budget shortfalls at schools. You know, we've been highlighting what's happened in Bellevue and Seattle and in Sequim. It's everywhere there are funding issues. And the Issaquah Schools Foundation, we are so lucky in this district to have this organization stepping up and helping to fill gaps and make sure that no students are left behind. Every year, our librarians provide the foundation with a wish list of books. Over the past 3 years alone, the Issaquah Schools Foundation has donated over 9,000 books to Issaquah School District libraries. You can grant a librarian's wish and support literacy by purchasing the books that are on your table, those centerpieces that you have, and you can add that option when you complete your donation today. So right now, table captains, I'll ask that you hand out donor forms. it looks like everyone has their forms okay and that your table captains know what you're doing. I just want to say one last thank you to everyone for attending today and giving so generously to fuel student success. It was really wonderful to be here with you in person today. Please don't let me interrupt you anymore. Fill out those forms and be sure to give them back to your table captains. Thanks again for being here and have a wonderful rest of your day. Get out and enjoy the sunshine.
I can see clear